Tour Striker Nation, Martin Chuck here, and welcome to the home studio. This is where I do actually a lot of my online lessons. So today's tip, I want to come back and talk to you about club face control. I've got one of my Sammys, and I've got one that's highlighted yellow. They come in a 2-pack and they're black, and they're non-obtrusive when you're using them on the range, but for the video purposes, I like these ones to illustrate what's going on. I want to talk to you about input, output, and face control. So if I take one of the Sammys and I loop it upon itself, and it easily just wrap it around the shaft like this, take the string, and you're going to pull it tight on the shaft. And once you get that pulled tight on there, now you're going to take it and you're going to put it on your lead sleeve of your shirt. So it's got a pretty good gator clip on there, get a good piece of that on there. Now, what you have the ability to see is a relationship here. This little bit of input creates a lot of distal output with that club head. You can see what I'm talking about. Now, when you see this amount of rotation creates some power in here. In this club face, notice it's on an arc and it's rotating, but the rate of closure is reliable. Look at the difference if I take a club, hold them up beside themselves, and so in this case I've got the Sammy on, I've got what's known as the flying wedge here, the pizza slice. Well, how about if I take a club and just put it in a line here, and then I hold this. Now watch what happens as I have one that it has stability in the club face, a constant rate of closure, and one that's random. Because you know if you get to impact and you completely lose this relationship, you're going to deliver a random club face that you really can't guarantee where it's pointing at impact. And I want you to be more reliable. So the point of this tip, Tour Striker Nation, this setup position, when I get organized over a golf ball, I want to have this little pass-through, this little window here. And if you're steep to hit the golf ball, guess what you have to do? The club gets over the top and out, you have to stand up and you lose all of that window. There's no more window right there. Or if you're way too shallow and you're going to run into the ground prematurely, you've got to stand up and lose that window again, that pass-through. Now you can clearly see that pass-through. I want you to learn how to govern that so you have a decent input to output relationship, but you manage the club face nicely so when you hit it, the grooves are parallel to the ground, making it easier to get the golf ball in the middle of the face and having way more predictable carry off your particular club head speed. So as I set up to hit a shot, I'm mindful of that window there between the Sammy, my lead arm, and the shaft. I'm going to swing with that in mind, collecting the ball. And now I've got a bit of a playback right there to take a look at this. Some of that angle will go away, but not much. And that's how you're going to have really reliable strikes like the best strikers in the world. That awareness is really going to help you. So Tour Striker Nation, hope you enjoyed this tip. Have a great golf season. We hope we get to see you down at the Tour Striker Golf Academy. School is running pretty much every weekend. If you have any questions, call me personally or email martin@tourstriker.com. And my number is below. Feel free to give me a call. Take care.